So Mia, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself? How did you start singing? Like when did you start singing and when did you choose like music as a career path?
Well, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. So probably from around age five. So I sang, my family is very musical, so we sang a lot at home. And then I began in a church choir and went into the singing lessons as I grew a bit older. And then I was in another more like gospel pop choir
Mhm.
in my teens. And then when I was 14, I started recording music because my uncle has been a music producer for a long time. So when I visited him in Los Angeles at 14, I got the chance to kind of try singing in the studio, which was awesome. And then we made like a very pop EP project. So that was kind of how it started. And then I got to come back a couple of months later. And then we made Dynasty, which kind of was my breakthrough song. And Dynasty was, of course, a height, if like it was
Uh,
a very sudden breakthrough.
I saw your success. Like I saw on YouTube 69 million viewers and stuff. It's absolutely crazy. Was that overnight
Yeah.
or was it just like a gradual build up? Like did it just happen overnight?
Yeah, that's a good question. So both actually, because first it was premiered on Billboard. So that was,
Hmm.
of course,
Yeah.
crazy. I was only 17 at the time, so I didn't really understand how huge it was. And then it also ended up on fifth place, I think, on the global New Music Friday playlist, which
Oh.
was insane, and other big playlists as well. So it started like that, and it got like a lot of streams very fast. But then after that, Dynasty has just been living its own life
Hmm.
basically. So it's just growing and growing and growing. So I feel very grateful that I have that song because it gave me a very loyal fan base and makes it possible for me to pursue music 100%. I
Yeah.
so that's really awesome. And but at the same time, it was a lot of pressure at that moment in time to top Dynasty like as
Hmm.
fast as possible. That's how the industry at least was at that point and probably still is. So I did have like some years there where I almost didn't do any music at all because I didn't feel like good enough,
Hmm.
yeah, so it was some years where I had like a deep existential crisis. So it wasn't really until COVID happened that I got to really tune in to myself and kind of find my way back to myself really
Hmm.
and to music. So I did do like a lot of self work in therapy, and I started writing uh, for the first time almost by myself. So the past couple of years I've been working on a lot of new music, and I released my first mini album in November.
Hmm.
So it's been a good couple of years, or although it was like a lot of heavy work, but it was really really worth it, in the end.
Yeah, well, look where it's got you. It's absolutely incredible. So I've
Mm.
listened to your past music and it is seriously amazing. Like your back catalog is really, really, really incredible. But
Well,
what like
thank you.
what artists like inspired you? What is like who do you like whose career do you look at and go, I want to be like exactly like that? Who's the artist that you really
Ooh,
inspired or inspired by?
that's great question. I have a lot of different inspiration sources. Um, I listen to a lot of different music. I listen to, a lot of jazz. I've grown up with jazz, and I'm trying to like explore more and more folk music. I love how it's different from country to country, but still has some similarities. But like my main pop inspiration, I think, has been Miley Cyrus for like as long as I can remember, just because I feel like I love her voice and I love her songwriting, and I think she can do, you know, anything. She can do like a ballad, but she can also do like super rock power songs. She can, and that's kind of what I want as well. I want to let myself do all kinds of genres and just whatever feels right for each song. So she's definitely been a huge inspiration. And also like Billie Eilish has inspired me a lot, and Julia Michaels she's probably my favorite songwriter. Rosalia is like, when it comes to like performing live and just being so authentic, you know. And also I discovered a band, I don't know if you've heard of them, Wolf Alice.
Wolf Alice.
Yeah, they're from London.
Are they? What are they like? What's their genre?
It's like indie, I would say rock, but it's also very like varied. It's a female vocalist, and the rest of the band are guys, and they're doing like everything from really hard, where she's almost like screaming, to like more of a country folky vibe. You really should check them out. It's like my favorite band, and I feel like there are very few great bands nowadays, or like not bands that I at least really get hooked on, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm the same.
Yeah, but at least they are like, you know, such great songwriting too. And I'm a very like lyric nerd. So I love when not only the sounds and the melodies are great, but when the lyrics are really hitting something in me, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely know what you mean. I'll check out Wolf Alice. You
You
talk
should.
so highly of them. I will check them out now.
Yeah.
So now I know that the song you're competing in MGP with, Green Lights, that was given to you. So what was that process like? Like, how did you end up with that song?
So I was, yeah, as you said, asked to sing it, and at first it had a pretty different style when I heard it the first time. It was even more like, because it still has a bit of a Disney element, I feel, but it was like even more Disney and more like a Pink type of pop, which was it was a really like great Pink pop song, but it wasn't my style. You know, I'm way more melancholic, and so I the first reaction I had was that I need to go into the studio and see if I can make this my own. So I did that. Luckily, I found kind of a way to do it more like me and put my soul into it. So I'm very glad that I just threw myself into that challenge, because it's a very different way of working. I also didn't have like a lot of time to decide. I had to decide pretty quickly, but I'm very glad that I did it. And I worked a lot on it with my producer in the studio, just to get it like squeeze out all the soul, you know, because I really need to connect with the songs that I'm singing. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been handed a song to sing.
So did MGP come to you, or did you apply? Like, did you like send the song into the broadcaster? How did that process work?
No, I was asked. So, you know, the labels are writing songs for MGP all the time, I think. So it was Universal here in Norway that reached out to me with the song. And then I met with the people in MGP pretty fast. And they had, of course, heard the song multiple times and really wanted to have this song in the competition. I feel very like honored to be asked to participate, and I really don't take that for granted because I know that a lot of people are applying, and you know, and I've never been part of that process before. It was very like surprising to me as well that I was asked. So it was really cool, and I'm again so glad that I did it because it's about time that I do like something like this. You
It's
know,
it's a really big step. It's so amazing. Like the song is absolutely like when I first listened to it, incredible.
thank you.
What is the message of the song? When you're singing, what do you want people to feel? What is the power that it has within?
Yeah, so I feel like I can be both strong and vulnerable at the same time in this song. So I hope that's kind of what people take from it, that they can kind of cry and dance at the same time or
Mhm.
whatever. And the song to me is kind of about that relationship I've had to myself because I've been doubting and letting my fears get in my way
Mhm.
a lot. And I think I'm almost done with it now. But you know, the doubts can easily like sneak up on you when you least expect it. So I'm kind of trying to take this song as a sort of mantra to like trust yourself and trust your own truth, because I think that deep down we know like what's the best way to, like the best path for
Uh-huh.
us. I think we just need to trust that in ourselves, because it's so easily that everything around us makes us doubt and makes us, you know, not see the green lights or like the good things in life.
Yeah.
So I think it's very like relatable in that way. Everybody has can like have felt something
Yeah.
like that in their lives, and of course it can be. I feel like the whole song can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, but that's what it is to me. It's kind of like the battle
Uh-huh.
within, you know.
It makes me love the song even more. And
Oh, that's great.
the fan base is really like they love the song. So see, the performance is next week. How are the preparations going for next week? Is everything going good?
Yeah. So the official like rehearsals on stage, they start next week, but I've already been working with the stage director, you know, to like uh, prepare like
Mhm.
and make like a skeleton of the performance. So I feel like we've come very far, and I feel like it's up to me, of course, to make it magical. But I feel more and more ready for each day, so that feels very good. Like, and
Okay, good to
today
know.
I had just by myself. I went on rehearsal to like rehearse with the mic and sound and everything, because I
Mhm.
don't have like the technical stuff at home. I'm like so bad at all those stuff. So I'm proud that I made the microphone work today, and that I got like the reverb on and everything. So that was good, because I don't have like it's not a huge choreography, but I have like some set things that
Uh-huh.
I want to do on stage. So that was good to feel it even more, because the rehearsals I had so far, I haven't been singing, or I have been singing, but I haven't heard myself, you know?
At the in-ears, yeah.
I've just been singing on top of the song.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really excited about the rehearsals next week, because we actually get a lot of time on the stage to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not very common like in
No.
other situations. So I'm excited about that.
What can we expect from the performance without giving too much away? What can we expect?
I think you can expect to really see kind of me and who I am. Maybe, hopefully, that you really feel something deep within you, you know, because that is what I love when I watch artists that I'm a fan of. I just want to really see who they are and to hear the story that they're telling and see that they're feeling something. That's kind of like what I find most amazing about music and about artists. So that's what I want to give first and foremost. And of course, I hope that people will find it kind of magical. Magical is kind of like always a key word for me. And I hope it'll be powerful, you know, that people will kind of be a bit surprised. I don't want to, as you said, I don't want to give too much away, like of how it's going to look, and because I just want people, I want you to have your own impression when you see it. But for me, it's like my motto is real is good. Yeah. Like, or authentic. I want it to be authentic. So, and as I've said to some other people as well, like the costume is kind of a chapter for itself because I'm so excited about it. It's like, I'm really excited about it because it's like I've never actually had a stage outfit made for me before. Really? This is the first time.
Wow. So you're getting the full treatment. This like MGP is the first.
Yeah. It's very special because I'm always my own stylist. Like, of course, not always. I've gotten help sometimes, but I'm always very much in charge of what I'm wearing because I'm very picky. Yeah. And I also don't want to buy a lot of new stuff. You know, I'm trying to use old stuff. And I like using a lot of my own personal things, which is mostly stuff I've inherited from my grandmother. So it's like I'm not the easiest person to work with styling wise. So it's very nice because the designer here, she is this awesome power lady, and I gave her a mood board and she loved it, and we've been working closely and she just totally understood what I wanted.
I can't wait to see it because everything you said, it sounds amazing. So I always ask this question, whether it's a Eurovision artist or it's a national final. I assume that you've listened to the other songs in MGP. If you had to choose another one, so say Green Lights did not exist, which one of the other songs would you sing? This gives me an idea of what artist you are.
Yeah. Okay, that's really hard because I feel like the songs are so different, and it's hard to say before I've kind of I haven't like sung the other songs, but I have to think. There are so many as well.
It's such a hard question to ask it to everyone, and it's so difficult to answer.
Yeah, like of course, if I were to like do something that's a bit similar to my other music, and a safe choice would probably be, you know, Oblivion, because I think it has. I think I've only heard it one time, but there is something in it that I really like. It reminds me of a lot of Røyksopp, you know, and do you know who Røyksopp is? Yeah. And Susanne Sundfør, who sings with Røyksopp, and she is huge here in Norway. So it's like very much something I like. I think like if I did the same with that song and kind of put my spin on it, it could have been really cool because yeah, it's a great songwriter, Moika, who has written it, and so that's kind of like the safe choice. So at the same time, I think Gåte's song would also be really cool. I would probably sing it not that dramatic as she is singing, but that's kind of like the cool thing about that song too, that she has a very like special way of singing. But that could have been awesome, I think, because I really like that type of music. It has a very, very like power to it. But yeah, it's like I could also like I love that My AI song.
I would love to hear you sing that song.
Yeah, that would have been so cool too, because like so different from what I've ever done, but it's something about the melody that I really love, and it just gets stuck in my head all the time. So you know, that's I like so many different things. So I
Yeah,
can't choose one.
yeah. You said at the start you like you put your own spin on it. So I think you could sing all 18 of the songs and still have that like Miia spin.
Wow.
It would like I'm so disappointed you didn't say Goth Minister. Seriously, I'd
Yeah,
like to hear you sing that.
I love that song too. I love that song.
Do you know,
It's
I love the
something.
song, but the performance was so good. That was
Oh,
so good.
I got chills from like the doll at the beginning,
Uh,
and I think the little girl, she was just so amazing. Like, or if it was two different ones, but when she started dancing with the dancers, oh, it was really epic. I'm so excited to watch this Saturday as well.
yeah, it must be so weird for you if watching at home and knowing you're going to be there next week.
Yeah, it was the first thought that struck me last Saturday, but I expected to be even more of a nervous wreck actually, but I think the nerves will come more at the rehearsals next
Yeah,
week when I kind of actually realize what's happening. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, I feel more and more ready. So
Yeah, no, remember,
mm,
I know you probably heard this a million times, but nerves are a really good thing. Like, it means that you really want to do it. So,
yeah.
one last question. So, you're obviously the end goal of MGP is Eurovision. Have you ever, has it ever been a thought in your mind ever going to Eurovision, or is it ever, do you like Eurovision? That's mainly the first thought. Is it like ever been like an opportunity that you've wanted to go for, or is it just popped up because of MGP now?
Yeah, I like Eurovision a lot. I kind of rediscovered that also in during COVID
Uh-huh.
because I have like a lot of nostalgic memories of Eurovision. I watched it a lot when I was a child, and then I did so many different music things as I grew older. So it kind of fell out a bit
Mm.
because I thought I was a bit too cool for it, maybe, or you know, the
Yeah.
puberty. And so I actually rediscovered it in COVID, and I think it's just an amazing platform because it brings people together and everybody is allowed to be themselves, and it's really unique and so much love in that community, which I'm experiencing now already,
Mhm.
and it's really special. And I love talking to my fans. They're my friends, you know, they're my friends too. So it's like I feel like I'm just getting more and more friends and more love, and it's really beautiful. So before I'm gonna answer honestly. I've been skeptical to kind of join because of Israel, and
Mhm.
that's been, you know, I've studied history a bit, and I'm very like concerned about the whole situation there. So it's like it's nothing new for me that Israel. I feel like Israel should be boycotted. I feel like they
Mhm.
should have been a long time ago. They're occupying, you know, Palestinian territories. So it's like
Yeah.
I find that really, really difficult. So it's that's kind of been something before that kind of held me back a bit. So
Yeah.
I definitely thought about that this time as well when I was asked. But then, you know, I'm a very much of a person who kind of tries to stay really open-minded.
Yeah.
And when I got the opportunity again, it was an honor to be asked because it's such a long tradition of this competition, and there are so many beautiful things in it that you really don't find anywhere else.
Mhm.
So I landed on that this is an opportunity for me to reach out to even more people
Uh-huh.
and bring kind of my love and my light more out there, because I've held myself back from these types of things for a long time, mostly because, you know, it's scary with new things, and that kind of exposure this type of things lead to.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, I think it feels like the best choice, like what I've made this choice. And like to go to Eurovision would be like crazy. Like it's, you know, I've always dreamed of being on those kinds of big stages and like performing in front of that big of an audience is like a dream, and especially an audience who are filled with like music lovers, you know, and people who really have so much love to give, because I don't think we should take that for granted nowadays.
Definitely not.
There are a lot of angry people too, and like the more love, the better, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't let that situation get in the way of what you want to do. So
Yeah,
definitely made the right
exactly.
choice there.
Exactly. Everybody has to just give as much as they can of themselves, you know, shine their light on the world.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing to do. I've had to work a lot to get here, and I will probably have to work on myself forever, as we all should, you know.
Well, the last question before I leave you, what would it mean if Norway voted for you and your song?
Oof. Yeah, that's so crazy, because if I won, it would be like the people have decided, and that's wild. That would mean, like, it would really mean the world to me, because I feel like you know, sometimes you can feel like you haven't reached enough people, you know, with your music, and that, oh, do people really care, you know, you can get those kind of thoughts. So of course it would be like a huge recognition, like, yeah, it would be so surreal. I can't really kind of imagine that.
Can't envision it
So
yet.
yeah, it would mean the world. Yeah, I would definitely, I think, feel very connected also to the people, and that would also be a bit new, because, you know, my audience is mostly from all over the world and not really Norway. I have some fans here, of course, but it's not comparable to the rest. So I would feel very, like, honored and connected to my country. It would just be an honor. I don't know what else to say.
Well, it's been an honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. It was
And
so
good luck
nice
for next
talking to
week.
you. Thank you.
Have fun, all right? Have fun next week. Okay.
Thank you. I will. I think I will have a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.